Hey, Shalom, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. The double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. And peace and salutations to the scattered Israelites that look like the heathen nations. Speckled-bird Israelites. And Shalom to all you brothers and sisters that may be listening and learning to these videos. And Shalom to you brothers that are out there in the highways and byways doing the work of Yahweh. While Yahweh Shai in these latter days, trying to wake up the elect and magnify the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. I'm coming back at y'all with another video on the end time headlines. I get my information and my updates on things that's going on around the world, from this website. But this is on Instagram, but I always make videos off of this. But I also want to mention that this video is for the Israelites only. The Israelites are people that come from the so-called black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native American lineage. That's what they call them today. So-called white people, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American people. And who in the world ain't really calls Jesus? He died for those people only. He didn't die for all nations of people. And his real name is Yahweh Shai, and who the world ain't really calls God, which God is a title. His name is Yahweh. He chose those people to be a peculiar people to himself, a special people. He didn't choose any other nation. He doesn't care about any other nation besides those people. But he will only save an elect of those people in these latter days when Yahweh Shai returns, when he sends our Lord down. But yeah, I'm coming back at y'all with this video on, I don't know if y'all can probably see that, but y'all probably can. I haven't really used the video thing in a while, like where y'all can see my face, because I haven't showed my face on videos in a long time, and I need to get back doing that. So you new listeners and learners, know who I am, and y'all can see me, because the scriptures say, "Not the eyes, so she'll see thy teachers," right? So I gotta start putting my face on here more. But it says scientists are now preparing to fire up CERN collider again, a new hunt for dark matter. Now, who's trying to do this, right? Let's get this in Job chapter 9 and verse 24, because there's the wicked nation of Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man. They're the ones that's trying to do this. They're the ones that's trying to do this. Why are you trying to, so-called, what does it say, hunt for dark matter? Like, it's like, I'm thinking of like evil spirits are trying to access. Why are they trying to do that? But I'm going to get this in Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right. Basically, the real judges, which is our Lord Yahweh Shai, the Most High Yahweh, and the angels. They are the judges. And, the Israelites are the judges too. And the real depiction and the real appearance of everybody I just named, they have been changed. They have been, so-called whitewashed. Because these people aren't really white, they're the nation of Esau, they're the Edomites. That's how you know who the earth has been given into, is when you look into the scriptures and you see what the appearance of Yahweh Shai is, what the appearance of Yahweh is, and you look at it today, what they have him up as, which is so-called white man. That's how you know who the earth has been given into. They changed the faces of the judges thereof. They changed the appearances, right? But it says they're preparing to fire up CERN collider and get a new hunt for dark matter. Now, why are they trying to do this? This is why. This is Revelation chapter 12 verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens. It says, and ye that dwell in them, and woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. That's why. These so-called white people are trying to do this because they know that they have but a short time. They know that as soon as our Lord Yahweh Shai cracks some clouds and he comes with the angels and the chariots, man, it's over. It is over. There's not gonna be no return, man. It says in the book of Job, it says they believe not that they should return out of darkness, something like that. Something to that effect. It's in the book of Job. So once they go down, once their light is fully put out, once their the infrastructure is destroyed, You know, once they're utterly beaten into powder, you know, they're not going to rule ever again. So-called white people aren't going to ever rule ever again. They're going to be slaves, you know, when Yahushua comes back. So, of course, they're going to try to do something like this. They're trying to, you know, basically hunt for, you know, so-called, quote-unquote, dark matter, which, you know, I'm thinking that they're trying to access evil spirits. But, hey, you know, we're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, which is going to be the worst time on earth, right? Let me get this in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 7, because this time is going to be like no other, you know? It's going to be worse than slavery. You know, it's going to be worse than World War I, World War II, and any other little mini wars that you've had in between or even before that, going back to, it's going to be worse than 70 AD when we were trying to flee out of Rome and they was burning the city down. They was capturing the Israelites and they was blocking them off from trying to leave. It's going to be way worse than that. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "At last, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it." Who's the he? The elect of the nation of Israel. Not all Israelites, the elect of the nation of Israel. Right? So, this time is going to become, because this is the most wicked generation, too, you know, that we're living in. You know? I'm going to get this in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, and verse 1. Right? Because the Lord is going to allow Esau to do a lot of things, man. It's actually going to get to the point to where, you know, Yahushua is going to have to send down Michael, the archangel, you know, because it's going to get that bad. If you really think, as a Israelite man or woman, you think that you're going to be able to take down the military, you're going to be able to take down their army, you know, with just, you know, a couple of guns, you know, maybe you have like a little farm or you got like a little hideout shelter place or whatever. I ain't talking about a bomb shelter. I'm just talking about, maybe, you know, you got some Jace that be buying up land and, you know, they may have some food and stuff stocked up and they have some weapons that have ammo, you know, they have supplies for that day. But, hey, the only way you're going to be able to make it is Yahweh Shem Shah. That's it. You can't depend on anything that you can see, like, and touch, you know, anything carnal. You can only depend on Yahweh Shem Shah. That's not what's going to save you. Because, you know, when these times come, you know, it's going to be a famine, you know, a shortage of food. You know, people's going to be turning into cannibals. You know, there's going to be riots. There's going to be a mass death. People's going to be thrown into FEMA camps. There's going to be martial law. You know, there's also going to be, what was I going to say? I forgot. Oh yeah, martial law. When Esau institutes that, and the MOTB is going to be instituted. That's one of the last major prophecies that have to come to pass before Yahushua comes back. You know, which is that implant, you know, that device that they're going to try to put in your head or in your head, you know. But they're not just going to, you know, I said that on my last video, they're not just going to make it mandatory like right now. It's going to happen, you know, after, you know, a real big cataclysmic major event happens, like a famine, like when there's absolutely no food in most of these cities, or, you know, a so-called cyber attack happens, you know, the lights go out, you know, the power just is done, you know. Then they're going to institute the MOTB, you know, during the time of the famine, really, because that's where people are going to be most pressured to take it, you know. And then, you know, hey, the Lord is going to release, you know, he's going to release, you know, all types of spirits, man, you know, because this place has to be judged, man. You Israelites have to be judged. These Edomites, these Hamites, these Elamites, you know, these people over here are wicked, man. They're all across the world, man. Let's get this in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people should be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book." Right. Which is the elect. That's it. But the way you're going to be saved out of this is through, you know, Yahweh Shem Shah first and foremost. And the elect, the 144,000 chosen men, hey, they're going to have spiritual power, man. Some of them going to be able to fly. Some of them going to probably be able to shoot laser beams out of their eyes. And yes, I believe this. You know, I know this. Hey, dreams about it. Had the dreams about it, you know. My brothers, my blood brothers have had dreams about these type of things, man. And the Lord, basically living up that standard, making a way for them to escape. So I know this is true. You know, you don't have to believe. If you Israelite, you come into this faith and you don't believe that that's going to happen, you believe that you can take down, this government or Esau's infrastructure with your own hands. Hey, by all means, do what you gotta do. You gonna die. Best believe that. You gonna get mowed down. You ain't gonna make it. Best believe that. You gonna perish a horrible death. Because the Lord said, wait ye upon me. I'm gonna get that in the book of I think it's Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 8. Or 3 and verse 8, Salakia. It says, therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Right, so, when the Lord comes back, when Yahushua comes back, who the world literally calls Jesus, hey, man, World War III is going to be going, full-fledged, man. It's going to be full throttle. You're going to have ICBM missiles being shot across, the world, mainly over here into America, because America's going to be completely destroyed. It's going to be a desert wasteland over here. And you're going to have missiles being shot over into the ends of the world, too, in certain other countries, But the Lord's determination is to gather the nations together over there in the valley of Yehoshaphat, which is Jehoshaphat, and the other nations are the prey, And to the rest of our people are prey, too, because they're going to be destroyed, with the other nations. And that's the only way we're gonna be able to get out of this, man. Because I can believe that the Lord is gonna allow Esau to do something like that. But it's the Lord is the one who's in control. I can't give the nation of Esau Edom credit, because he's the one that's putting a spirit on them to do certain things. He's the one that's doing that. So it's all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Esau's not nothing. He ain't nobody. The Lord gave him the spirit to do what he's doing. And, like it says, for them to try to hunt for dark matter, what type of spirit did the Lord try to put on them, man? For the worst time ever, because we didn't have no such thing as a CERN collider, thousands of years ago, during the time of Edges, during the time of Moses, during the time of, John the Revelator, or the prophets, the 12 apostles, man, or the time of Paul. We didn't have there was no such thing. There's no CERN collider. So that's why it says this is going to be a time like none other. And that's why it says this in the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and 21. It says, for there should be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Right? That's why, because Esau has so much technology. Like I said, I'm not praising him. The Lord has given him this technology. The Lord has put it in his mind to do these things. It's the Lord that has the wisdom, that has the knowledge. He buildeth up nations. He raised up kings and setteth up another, and putteth them down. Like it says in the book of Daniel. He's the one that does these things. This is verse 22. It says, except those days should be shortened, thus shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. You see that? So the Lord the Lord is going to speed up these days, man. And when these days come, man, the elect will be good. They're going to be straight. Not saying that you're going to get beamed up before it happened. Like, these Christians believe that you're going to get raptured up, before tribulation. No, we're going to have to go through some things, man. Even if you're a part of the elect, but the Lord is going to guide you through that and make sure you don't dash your foot against the stones. Make sure you're not destroyed, because you are of the elect. And then, I didn't forget about all the people that took these jabs, and they ain't done with this jab stuff, man. I also believe that, brothers have had certain dreams about people that took the juice. Hey, one day they just turned into zombies and stuff. You got these 5G towers. See, all this technology, it's the reason why it's going to be the worst time ever, because, the technology and like I said, the influence that they have is big, And it's going to get so bad to where it's going to be out of their control. So they're digging a pit for the Israelites mainly, But they're digging a pit for themselves also because they're destroying their own infrastructure. They're destroying their own system by doing these things. You know, who's to tell what the hell is going to happen? You know, I mean, you know, you have about Shemal Shah, like I said, he's in control, but them trying to open up, you know, they're trying to look for dark matter. What are you doing? You know, what are you trying to do? What do you not know? What knowledge do you not have access to? What, you know, this is the reason why you're trying to hunt for dark matter. You know, they're trying to, I don't know. You know, Esau, man, you know, they are the Lord's sword, man. So the Lord's gonna put it on their spirit to go in on you 2/3, man. I hope and pray to you how about Shimon Shah. I'm not a part of that, man. You know, my immediate family and stuff like that, man. And, you know, the brothers I go around and teach with, all you other brothers that have families, you know, that's, you know, a part of Great Millstone and stuff like that. I pray that Yahweh Shemel Shah, you know, protects you and gives you that spiritual power. Even me, you know. I hope that he has mercy on us, man. Because we're coming into some evil times, man. You know, whether Jake want to believe it or not, you know, whether they think it or not, you know, we gonna come into evil times. That's nothing you can really do. You know, all you can do is prepare and seek Yahweh Shemel Shah. You know, while he may be found. Let me get that in the book of Isaiah. Right? That's what we can do. And serve him to the best of our ability. That's all we can do. You know? It says, Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 6, it says, seek ye Yahweh while he may be found, and call ye upon him while he is near. You see that? So, that's what we have to do, because once these times come, there's no turning back, you know? There's no such thing as a rewind, you know, in this life. You know, you can't rewind anything, you know? Because man's going to the Lord, and the Lord's controlling you. Your good actions and your bad actions, you know? But, I wanted to get this, I think it's in Psalms. Hold on. We get this in the book of Psalms, chapter 7 and verse 9. Right, then I'll probably close out. That's the book of Psalms, chapter 7 and verse 9. It says, "Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just for the righteous of Yahweh Shemel Shai." Salaki, it says, "For the righteous Yahweh trieth the hearts and the reins." You see that? So Yahweh Shemel Shai, he tries your spirit, he tries your inner man. He doesn't care about the outside of what you look like and how you appear to be. He doesn't care about that. And you know, the Lord sees what they're doing, man. You know, the Lord sees it. They're not hid from the Lord. It says, what does it say in the book of Job? There's basically nowhere for the wicked to hide themselves, man. You know, the Lord sees everything. You know, it says that in Sirach, the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun. You know, there's nowhere for the workers of iniquity to hide themselves, man. You know, but that's why these things are going to happen. You know, a lot of these things are going to happen, and it's going to be the worst time ever, man. And the only way that we're going to be out of this, you know, or be protected, is through Yahweh Shemel Shai. There's no other way. Christianity is not the way. Islam is not the way. Being a Catholic is not the way. Trust in this man's political system, you know, being a Democrat or Republican or taking that MOTB, or it ain't gonna work. Because if you take it, you're gonna die. You know, you take that jab, you already through, man. And that's not even the MOTB. You know, you already through if you took that. You know, I always be telling certain people that, I'm like, I mean, you already took it, man. There's no telling what's gonna happen to you. You know, there's no telling. You know, that's like the new golden calf, and that's gonna be saying the same thing with the MOTB. But I'm going to close out. I'm going to give all praises and all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. A double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel and to you speckled bird Israelites that look like the heathen nations. To y'all say shalom. I'm going to say wa abba.